a physical therapist coming.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I
physical
talked to physical therapy. They were not able to come today.
Okay.
They tried to come by like 3 different times, but
And she was
you're
never
still there. So they
right.
said they will come by tomorrow to do
Okay, perfect.
evaluation.
Great.
So I was about to let you guys know.
Yeah, so physical therapy, I think.
Stop. I can't concentrate with you moving around, Mom. Please stop.
That's okay. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like physical therapy, physically coping with it is one thing. But I think even from like a psychological perspective, to like kind of have all of this stuff happening and
We have that in place. We have psychological happening. We have that in place.
okay. What do you
Hold on just a second, honey. What were you going to suggest?
So I was just gonna suggest Dr. Shaman, our psychiatrist, just gonna come in, talking to her, just giving her coping strategies to kind of deal with what might be going on. More than anything, while we kind of wait for this neurological workup to kind of get done. I know that outpatient it's also being done, but I think that these symptoms are quite serious to kind of just,
They are, and it's turned her life upside down.
yeah. So that's what I'm kind of like here to.
What I want to
discuss
know
with.
is, are you helping her cope with how this is making her feel? Or are y'all trying to push the agenda yet again that all this is stemming from some sort of psychological issue?
Not necessarily. I think coping with everything that's going on is a significant part of it.
Because we know somebody came in here last night and asked her has she been ever forced to do anything. And
Sorry. Give me just 1 second.
Do you need to excuse yourself?
no. I'm recording though.
Okay, good.
You dipper, honey. Show us that.
Because right now your posture is very hostile,
Okay, sorry.
and your tone of voice is very hostile.
I'm trying to be very serious and not cry. So this is how I'm coping right now.
Well, then let me do it.
Okay.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm the only other intern here, so I just had to answer the awesome pages. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. But
No, it's okay. But since we were here last time, they took about 5 minutes after talking with her, the doctors we had before, wait, no, different doctors,
okay.
before they started saying maybe she's just stressed or depressed or psychosomatic.
Okay.
And we take humongous issue with that. In my opinion, it's lazy. It's a diagnosis of exclusion, and y'all haven't excluded everything yet.
Absolutely.
On top of which, she complains about how she's being treated by the doctors, not listening to her. So if you want to send a doctor up here to help her cope with how she's feeling based on everything she is experiencing, that's fine. But we will be present.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being asked out of the room so that they can ask probing questions to make sure that she's not being abused, or that she's not being mistreated, or she's not being bullied. That is not physically, medically relevant, and not why we're here. If you want to send a therapist up, great. I'm done fighting that battle with everybody. But we will be present, and I want to know, I want you stating right now that this is it to aid her, not to diagnose. Because we will not take a diagnosis of exclusion when only 2 or 3 tests have been run, when there's other things that can be run. We will not take a diagnosis of exclusion when it comes to her mental health, because y'all are not spending near enough time with her to diagnose anything mentally health related. We spend our nights, days, weeks with her. We know this child better than anybody else. We have a very open dialogue and loving, close family relationship. When she's unhappy, she tells us, and we give her the help she needs. She's very unhappy because she can't play. She's very unhappy because she is sick. She's not sick because she's unhappy. And if that comes out of anyone's mouth, you're gonna have a huge problem on your hands. Because it has happened so much before. And I know it's in her file, and if anyone is pushing for that, there's going to be a huge, huge problem.
Because physically she has deteriorated.
Yes, physically she's deteriorated. And we just went through Christmas. She just got a lot of things to help aid her a lot of things to help give her some quality of life. And she literally feels too bad to participate in any of it because she's too weak. So, if you want to send someone up here so that she can talk through how she's feeling, that's fine. But it is not going to be from a diagnostic standpoint. We refuse.
I understand. I hear where you're coming from, and again, that's why before I